Kids at this weekend workshop are engaged, not in toys, but learning about emotions. Kritika and Nekrataman, researchers from Cornell University in New York, are the brains behind the startup Better Brains in Bangalore.
From the academia versus business standpoint, so much of the thinking within science is, here's an idea, why is that, how can that idea be wrong? And you falsify it. But with business, it seems to us so far that the approach has been, here's an idea, how can we make this work? How can we make this yes, as opposed to why will this fail?
Making it work in Bangalore has gotten the duo to focus on the business of startups through a different type of lens.
Our fear was, will people sort of be much more traditional in their view of accepting different concepts from the States or from science? And so what I think that's the biggest lesson is people here are ready for change, and it's moving in a very positive direction.
The journey of starting up is not new to the city that is home to 8 million people. This man has taken the startup route twice in the past 15 years. For Umesh Malhotra, there was a world waiting to be explored outside the IT realm.
I started an IT company, raised venture capital, and I sold that company in 2002. And the company was called Bangalore Lab. So I think I therefore had the opportunity to being an entrepreneur in the first wave of entrepreneurship in Bangalore, which happened in 98, 99. And I was part of that wave and did a successful exit at that time.
Malhotra's journey into social enterprise through Hippocampus Learning Centre, headquartered in Bangalore, aimed to take high-quality preschool education to the rural sectors of Karnataka.
In the social enterprise space, from my dialogue with people, Bangalore is one of the most exciting cities where social enterprise is happening. Social enterprise could be happening in a lot of smaller towns, but the people who are conceiving of these ideas are typically belonging to big cities, and then they're implementing them in smaller towns, and Bangalore is one of the really active hubs for social enterprises.
And investors as well. Technology-related businesses nationally led the way in the startup chain, with nearly 295 deals struck between 2014 and 15 for nearly $1,077 million. Healthcare and life sciences came in second, and manufacturing in third among the investments in the past financial year.
The key common prerequisite for all of these businesses is the dependence on technology. Why? Because it helps drive scale, it drives efficiency, it drives productivity, right? And hence it's very, very disruptive for a lot of industries that use technology to kind of leapfrog into the next phase of their growth.
For India's largest e-commerce furniture site Urban Ladder, smart utilization of funding and reliance on technology have attracted names like Ratan Tata of Tata Industries and fellow web and technology entrepreneur Anand Rajaraman.
In terms of the kind of investor that you get in the first round really is critical for the subsequent investment rounds. And I think one thing led to the other, and we had reasonably strong economics to show after the first around 7 to 8 months of business, and then we got the second round, and from then on, at least on the capitalization side, the consistent consumer metrics, the consistent brand metrics, as well as sort of what we have been able to do overall on the service and technology and the product has spread good word of mouth amongst the investor community.
In the past 10 years, the number of deals countrywide that venture capitalists have invested in has grown from just 34 in 2004 to 275 in 2014 at $1,117 million. Now in Bangalore in particular, venture capitalists have invested nearly $262 million as of 2014.
The whole country, people can take this challenge. Educators, or maybe the corporate, or maybe the startup climate can become more aggressive. But not everybody can become WhatsApp or Facebook or Bill Gates or the Fortune 500 companies. But what about that mid segment where small, medium enterprise have $3 million to $4 million turnover? If they go to the corporate, the students will get in Indian terms, say 6 lakhs rupees job, 3,000 rupees dollar a job a month. But if they can earn $15,000 a month through business and give employment to 10-20 people, so you are reducing the burden on the government and the private sector. This SMEs will employ thousands and thousands of people, so purchasing power will be very good.
The top 3 reasons for startups to fail are no market need, insufficient funds, and the wrong team. But trying is always a step forward.
I know one guy, I call him the serial killer because he's on his 7th startups. He sold 3 of them, so which is a good idea, no? 4 of them failed, 2 of them he sold, and he's on his 7th, and and all this in the last 5 years.
But getting investment isn't always a click or kick away. The sports startup Just for Kicks, which works with schools to develop their sports plan, recently relocated to Bangalore in search for a better pitch to take their game plan to market.
We are in the sports space, and such kind of a very vibrant space is only there in Bangalore. It's open to more ideas. Your food startups, your travel startups, and your tech startups all sit out of Bangalore, which shows the diversity in startups as such, right? So yeah, Bangalore has been very, very easy that way to find an office space for the time being, to have a lot of cafes around which offer Wi-Fi, which understands what a startup is like and lets you sit there, and spend your whole day without having to, because they don't come and nag you, which happens a lot in most of the other cities because they don't really know about this culture that's sort of building up in the country.
That culture is about community and crowdsourcing, privileges that are in high demand by well-experienced entrepreneurs and newbies on the market like Secret Angel, a lingerie startup that sells underwear on the phone and sure enough has given women the opportunity to make an extra buck.
They are not working for any company or started with their own venture because of having family concerns. But when we started Secret Angel and when we started to reach these women, they felt it's very exciting because they can work from home, and sitting at home without any hassles, they can get their products also. And there's a kind of entertainment for them. They'll have kitty parties just for Secret Angel discussion, and I think it's being a very good help for even Bangaloreans or for metro women.
What helped Secret Angel learn the ropes faster was the support and mentorship from names like Madhura Chatrapati, a sought-after leader among SMEs and women entrepreneurs.
Until you imagine your consumer and who is your buyer, what is the profile of your customer, you are not found a real business, because you have to link your product or service to the customer, and the customer profile must be very clear. So you are usually solving a problem for someone.
Good morning, Secret Angel.
And solving a problem is exactly what the 2-year-old startup aims at perfecting in Tier 2 and 3 cities. This scaling up includes tailor-made lingerie as well as the investor pitch to grow business.
Of course, technology is our backbone. I want to do something with a normal phone. It might be an SMS technology. Internet is something which might not be affordable for people who are there in Tier 3, Tier 4 cities.
So, can Bangalore wear the startup tag longer than the IT tag?
Even 3 years back, Bangalore was probably the right place to start, and today it's magnified by the number of companies that exist in Bangalore. Bangalore offers a great environment to have mentors in this ecosystem, in terms of investors, in terms of people who are returning from the US, in terms of who have been there, done it. Bangalore offers a great set of peer companies whom you can learn from, who have also been at certain points that we are right now hitting, which they were around a year or 2 years back. Bangalore offers great talent pool in terms of technology specifically, and people who are a lot more open to joining startups. So all 3 reasons add up, and of course Bangalore has fantastic weather that everyone knows, and that sort of mirrors a lot of what Silicon Valley, in terms of its ecosystem, its talent, its academic ecosystem as well as mentoring ecosystem offers. To that extent, I think Bangalore is a great place to be.